Imagine a world where Hitler actually won World War II. Yes, the Germans are everywhere, flags are flying on every street corner, and somehow your morning coffee comes with a Nazi calendar. Europe is basically a giant chessboard, but the black pieces are taking things way too seriously. Paris? Still beautiful, but there's now a giant German eagle statue staring down at the streets. London? Oh, don't get me started. Big Ben now has a tiny mustache. And let's not forget everyday people. They're trying to live normally, but in this alternate world, normal is, well, weird. Kids still go to school, street musicians play on corners, but everything has a German twist. Even pigeons look a bit more disciplined than usual. So, strap in. This is the alternate timeline where Hitler's victory reshaped the globe, hilariously and terrifyingly at the same time. Daily life in this alternate universe? Well, it's a strange mix of scary, absurd, and surprisingly funny. Supermarkets now have giant banners saying, "Only Nazi cereals today." And yes, somehow the chocolate bars have little eagles on them. Kids still love cartoons, even if the shows are now German-themed. Imagine Tintin suddenly wearing a little uniform and saluting every scene. Public transport? Trams are running on time, of course, with German flags on every car, but the drivers are still tripping over their own shoelaces sometimes. Cafes are chaotic. Waiters balancing stacks of sausages while dodging tiny flags flying everywhere. And sports? Football matches are interrupted every few minutes for mandatory salutes. People grumble, but secretly they're enjoying the absurdity. Music festivals have orchestras playing during halftime, and yes, people still dance. Somehow, life finds a way, hilariously. Hitler's victory also meant science went a little overboard. His top scientists invented jet planes, huge robots, and yes, a coffee machine so powerful it could destroy an empire. In labs, scientists are running around with oversized goggles, blueprints upside down, and occasionally blowing up parts of the lab. Oops. Some robots march perfectly, some trip over wires in the funniest way possible. The alternative inventions are absurd. Flying unicycles, mechanical birds, giant alarm clocks with German flags, and even rocket-powered shoes. Hitler himself inspects every lab, looking serious. But somehow, even he cracks a confused smile at the chaos. It's a world where genius and madness mix, and the results are cartoonishly catastrophic. Sports and leisure got a unique twist in this alternate world. Football matches now require mandatory salutes every few minutes. Players look serious but trip over their own shoelaces. And orchestras play dramatic music during halftime, because why not? Public holidays? Everyone celebrates absurd events like Giant Pretzel Day or Marching Pigeon Parade. People still find ways to enjoy themselves, but in very strange, very German ways. Imagine people attending theaters where Tintin-style plays show Hitler negotiating with aliens. Completely normal. Life is both hilarious and slightly terrifying, a cartoonish dystopia of history. And now, the grand finale of Hitler's hilarious alternate world. Even in this cartoonish dystopia, things start to unravel. Remember that giant coffee machine? Yes, the one capable of destroying empires. Well, one day, it malfunctions. Sparks fly, gears grind, and suddenly, chaos erupts across the laboratories. Robots march straight into city fountains, rocket shoes zoom into buildings, and scientists are desperately trying to grab flying blueprints. The world turns into a slapstick comedy of errors. Meanwhile, Hitler himself, usually serious, is baffled by a flying pretzel that lands on his hat. He tries to maintain control, but let's be honest. Nobody can survive the absurdity of this world. Citizens, however, don't panic. They shrug, laugh, and continue dancing in the streets. Football matches resume mid-chaos, kids continue eating oversized sausages, and pigeons continue their marching parade. because life goes on hilariously. And that's the beauty of this alternate timeline. A world dominated by one man, yet made utterly ridiculous by tiny inventions, slapstick accidents, and human creativity. So, would Hitler have really won the world? Maybe. But the world would have laughed in the end. And thankfully, in our timeline, reality was much less absurd. Stay tuned for more legendary myths and what-ifs.